Going live. Alright, we are up.
Yay.
And they rejoiced. Yay. Let's see if this actually works. So we're going to get a little bit of inception here going on, although according to this, it's not actually live yet on the on actual YouTube because there's that delay.
There's like a solid 20-second delay or something like that.
Yeah, well that's normal. We're also running at 4K, so that's the way it goes.
Ah.
So I don't have a problem with this. Besides, I don't know.
Ooh, it's doing the thing on my end.
It's doing the circly spinny. There it goes. Alright, we are. So I'll turn off the volume because otherwise it's going to be dumb. Okay. And I gotta use that not to be a way of knowing that my head's in the proper spot. Okay, so sorry we're late on this. What else is new? I presume everybody can hear me okay?
I can hear you fine.
Can everybody hear me okay through the stream? Hello? This. Besides, I don't know.
I'm trying to check the screen. See
It's
how
doing the
it's
circly spinny. There it goes. Alright, we are. So I'll turn off the volume because otherwise it's going to be dumb. Okay. Alright, so it seems like it's getting you guys and we're all set.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, it's not a matter of hearing me. That's the easy part. It's hearing you guys over the stream. That's the hard part. So do you guys hear yourselves over the screen?
okay. Sorry about that. Yep, stream is good.
Yeah, but can the stream pick up you, Ernest, Paul, etc.? Me, I have a direct link into it.
Yeah, I've heard Paul speaking, so.
Okay, well, I'll have to do. Okie dokie. So, welcome to our third live stream with a little bit of hiccups, but what else is new? The good news is we have done some updates. The bad news is that, well, there are lots of holidays in between, and the reality is that even though it's been a month, the last 2 weeks ago was right on New Year's Eve, and that was practically impossible for everybody to show up for. And the other problem in it becoming is that, well, we all had family obligations, so it wasn't like it was 3 weeks worth of work. It was more like, or 4 weeks worth of work. It was more like 3 or 2 weeks worth of work, unfortunately. Now the good thing is, progress was still made. We went to MagFest, and the multiplayer went over very well, but it also prompted us to drastically turn 90 degrees on the efforts that we were doing, which was to work harder on the multiplayer to make it more solid, if you will, versus what I wanted to do, which was to add in the ship builder and stuff like that into the multiplayer so that people can come in with their own ships rather than the stock ones that we currently have. The good news is we have some interesting quality of life features, I guess you would call it. So without further ado on that end, let me start hosting, and I want to show you some of the things that have changed. So I will bring it up now. And do gameplay. Oh, there it goes. It always takes a little bit for the system to recognize the window, it seems. Alright. So I am now officially hosting.
Alright, I will join.
Now, if you notice, the scenarios on the left are no longer in the middle. I mean, they're still far too long, but that's just editing the text. There's nothing wrong with it anymore. It's more like, yeah, the scenario should not be as long and descriptive. You do that for tooltips, not for the main titling of it. So but that's just a text change. Okay, so Paul is okay. Okay, Paul is sitting as King of the Hill. Okay, never mind. All right, so what you'll probably notice is teams and ranks actually matter now, as well as the ready button.
That's cool.
Yep. So we do capture the flag, so that at least you have it listed there. So now you can actually select ships. Now, the big thing is that for capture the flag, we need 2 War Masters. And they need to be on different teams. For obvious reasons.
Is there going to be 3 teams or 2?
Right now we're going to do 2 teams. The code isn't really set for 3 teams or a random amount of teams, so to speak. Ideally, I want it to mathematically determine how many teams there should be. Meaning, the victory code is only recognizing 2. I can update this script, and I was doing it this morning to get it to even work with 2. So now, one of the complaints that people had when we were doing capture the flagship before was that everybody started in the middle, and you really couldn't tell who was on whose team, if you know what I mean. That's not the case anymore. You actually can now say what team you're on, so the system knows, and also knows whose flagship you killed and that kind of thing. And so yeah, I don't know what that was, but okay. Someone message in the default channel.
Yeah, it was Adam. He clicked the Omni ball, he said.
Actually click the center of the Omni ball, so it backed me out. Run. No, see, here's the next great thing, Adam. Adam, rejoin. It works. Seriously. That's actually what I want everybody to do. Everybody, exit the game and then come right back in, and you'll be right back here. That's one of the first tests.
Exit, like the by the Omni ball?
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it that way, but honestly, since Adam's already in,
That's nice.
wait until Adam gets all the way back in. Mostly I want to do a couple tests, because that's kind of the whole point of this, is I tested it and Adam's back in. We didn't have to restart. We don't have an extra thing up there. So as long as the server doesn't back down, you can come back in.
My game just crashed.
Okay, well then come back in.
Mine crashed too.
After I went to the main menu.
Alright, well. Now, when you say yours crashed too, because you were already exiting out, or because of something else happened?
I went to the main menu, and when I clicked join,
yeah.
Crashed.
Oh, that will break, yes. No, when I say back out, I mean exit the program.
Ah, okay. I went back to the main menu for the
Now,
ball.
interestingly enough, up on my screen at least, you can see where the -1 is. That means the connection isn't there. So the fact that Ernst is still not online.
Oh, I'm coming.
But I know that because I can see the socket number you're in, which is like -1, which is not legit. And now you're back in. See? So I can see that. You guys might not be able to see that, but you'll see it through the stream. But here's another fun one. Is to do the same thing after the game starts. Oh.
So hit Q by accident is what you're saying?
Yes, or if it crashes or anything else like that. So,
Okay.
again, I don't care who's Warmaster, but there should be alpha and beta teams. I don't know what's going to happen if you do, so pick your teams. Go figure.
I'll be Team Soy Boy.
All right. I don't care if Ernest wants to be the Warmaster here. The mayor. It doesn't really pay attention to anything past the fact that you're not the Warmaster, honestly. So, Adam, if you would be so kind as to select... there you go. Actually, I gotta select my ship. I'll do Bean Dude. Let's see what we got. Ernest, really? You're gonna be a cap ship?
Well, I thought that's what the purpose of capture the flag was.
No, there's actually um
No, can't do missiles yet, right?
no, you can't do missiles yet. I didn't put any time
Very
and
good.
effort into
I
that.
did.
All right, so now obviously, Matt, you can't let Adam select his ready button because he's not full up, but yeah, I'll make him an admiral. So we have alpha, beta, alpha, beta. Okay, that's fine. And I will be ready. And now we shall start. All right.
Ready.
Okay, everybody should be in the game at this point.
Yep.
Okay. Now, based on different things, we should have two. I didn't think I was the Warmaster, but okay. Well, that's a little bug there, but what else is new? Ernest should have been listed as the Warmaster, not me. So if you look to who owns the cap ships, you'll see that Henry owns one of them because he was the other Warmaster, I assume. And
No,
what was that?
it wasn't.
Okay, well then there's a bug, yay! But in any case, you can see who's who. Now, now it gets more interesting. Now, if people want to hit quit and then come back in.
All right. Oh,
Now,
like yep.
Now,
I hit
before you
quit
quit
button.
out, if you can, just so you can verify it, move your nose towards something that you can obviously know that you were right back where you were when you come back in. So right now, my nose is towards the local cap ship, just for ha-has.
That was mine when I quit out. So let's see.
All right. So you should be able to come back in and rejoin the game, and you should be right there. Now, the Adams question, if a game's already in progress and you're not reconnecting and you're a brand new join, that code doesn't exist yet. I didn't have time to get that done. That gets more complicated.
Oh, check that out.
You're back in and you're all happy?
Yeah.
Isn't that sweet?
Shall I do a test of that?
Yes, please do. I want everybody
I'm
to do
gonna
that.
try it again because I don't think I was pointing in the direction that I thought that I
Hitting
was.
Q.
So I'm gonna do it one more time. There we go.
Okay, relaunching.
Yeah.
I
Fortunately,
quit out
relaunching is a
again
thing.
too. So.
That's fine. It should handle it. It did initially. I did it just with like client server. It worked fine. I put the third machine on and it ate itself. But I found another major bug. One of those bugs that sort of went, how the hell did this ever work in the first place? Kind of bugs.
Yeah.
And I squashed that. So I'm hoping that that will alleviate some of the weirdness. Now,
and here I am.
And here you are. Are you facing where you were?
I think I wasn't paying attention to what direction.
Well, I asked you to pay attention to what direction, and so, but there you go. So, Ernest?
Yes.
Okay.
I am facing the way I was facing when I left.
And that's the point. Now, there's also should acknowledge damage. So if we damage each other without killing each other, we should be able to see that change too. So, Ernest, I'm going to come over here and take a pot shot at you.
Okay.
All right, I'm not stalking the right person. There you are. Hey, you're way the hell far away.
Yep.
All right, so I'm coming towards you. So please don't blow up this cap ship until we're done our testing, please.
Okay, sorry.
Or at least until we get to that point.
Now, how do I identify my team versus the other team?
Yeah, the Thunder Fro is still screwed up.
Okay.
It's basically where
all
you
the
start.
icons are the same color.
Yeah, no, like I said, there's still work to be done. I'm not debating that. Okay, so there's Ernest. I'm going to just do a little graze by on you. Okay, so now you're damaged. Okay?
Yep.
And I got some damage too on me. Now, I am facing you. And I want you to turn around and face me, please. But don't shoot me.
I was facing you. Hold on. Let me
No,
find
turn
it
around. I'm right behind you. I see you spinning.
that you
Okay.
there?
That's me. Hi. I have red beams. See?
Yeah. Take this, bitch.
Thank you. All right. So, Ernest, I'm going to stop, and I want you to quit out.
Out I go.
And then when you come back in, and basically see, well, not only if you're still pointing at me, but you have the same damage you had when you left.
Yep.
And then I have the same damage as you left. Now, this is what I consider a quality of life thing. That means if your client dies, you go, oh well, and you come right back in 20 seconds later.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
You know, it's
Yeah.
not as ideal as, oh, a game's already started, I never even joined in the first place, brand new player. That requires more complication because then you have to have the other interface saying, okay, what team are you on, that kind of thing. That is coming, but it's not there yet. And it's not as critical. I mean, it's a nice to have. It's not like this where it's like, oh my god, now we can't play because my client crashed. Now it's like, okay, well, oh well, I'll be back in a few seconds.
Yes, I have all the damage stats that I had before.
Mhm.
And you showed damage as well. So,
I do, and I see you moving around now.
yep.
Now, for complete amusement value, everybody but the server, which means me, quit out and I'll come back in.
Okay.
Alright, out I go.
This is a test. This is the whole point of the multiplayer test. We're testing. And then what I want to do is get into it, meaning actually start to get into a combat, and then someone decide to randomly drop out of the system, and then come back in and see how much of a lag spike it is when someone rejoins the game. You know what I mean?
Alright. Yep. Shall we join back in now? Has everyone quit?
Is everybody out?
Yeah.
Alright, everybody come back in. Let's see what happens.
All right.
Successful reconnection.
Alright.
Yep. I'm back
I
and
am-
I see people.
Unable to quit through the Omniball for some reason.
No, like hit Q.
Hit Q, everybody else does that. I don't know. The pathing on the Omniball I gotta poke at, evidently. But it seems like other people are back in. I see someone sniffing
Yes, I'm back in.
There was a lag spike when people were coming back in. I don't know who's right next to me. And that's Henry. How you doing, Henry?
Yeah.
But for the most part, the join time wasn't that much. Meaning, you got the entire game state in about a second or two, right?
Hmm.
From when you hit join to when you saw the stars, it wasn't that long. It was like a second maybe or two.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You know. So that's really nice, in my opinion. That means that's how little of a thing. So now, just for amusement value, everybody go crazy, and then someone actually drop out and come back in. Simulate you crashed or something. And I want to see how bad of a lag spike there is.
Well, I'm paralyzed, so I guess I'll...
If you want, you can bomb out and come back in, or anything else you want to do, man. That's sort of the point.
Okay.
This is why it's called testing. We
Bombed
don't know
out.
what's going to happen.
Relaunching the executable.
All right, when you join, tell us. I mean, we actually hit the connect button. I want to know how
Okay.
much of a lag spike hits.
All right, then.
All right, I'm hunting Henry here.
Okay. Have the server name selected, waiting for the menu to properly fill out. Okay. And connecting in 3, 2, 1.
That was not much of a lag spike. That was just
I
like
didn't,
I appear to have no afterburners for some
I
reason.
didn't even see anything.
well, the host, I see it, but as for you guys, you just won't get the updates quite as quickly. So, as a client, you'll probably never see it, but the host will see it.
Who's on Team Beta again?
It's me.
Now, at this point, because damage has been done, you should actually, the yellow and the blue, like I said, the Fender Fro, it needs some massive loving. It really does. But at this point, the colors shouldn't be the same anymore. But I could be wrong about that. At this point, believe it or not, this is also a major step forward. When you said you were an alpha or beta, the beauty of it is that you're actually now belonging all to the same corporation as your same team. So, if you will, kill one of the cap ships, and it will actually mark things appropriately onto this appropriate team. Now, it'll say Team A, Team B, which is kind of stupid, I know, but there you go.
Well, did something just happen because things reset on my screen?
Yeah, I just got a reset too. I was just chasing Ernest, and then all of a sudden...
Yes, because someone killed one of the cap ships.
Ah.
And evidently, it was Team B, which I don't know who was the second Warmaster. I think it was Henry.
It wasn't me, but
So
I
who-
was a mayor.
The actual Warmaster people who selected Warmaster was Ernest and Paul.
Yeah.
But the cap ships are assigned to you and Henry.
Yeah, alright, so that means there's a bug in the assignment, but that's not critical.
I think it was because you and me were the first in the server.
Okay.
So after you started hosting, I was the first to join. So
Okay,
maybe
fair enough.
that's where we picked that up.
Well, the good news is the same team should be starting by their own personal cap ship.
Interesting.
Actually, someone kill a cap ship. Let's see what it resets us to, and make
Okay.
sure it's 3-on-3, not like 4-on-2 or something stupid like that.
I have you target locked, and your shield number is just constantly fluctuating. Is it supposed to do that?
Yes, it
Okay.
does that. And you don't have it on me. It just means I own it.
Oh.
There we go, reset.
Yeah, I think I got Henry. Or someone did.
Okay. So... Okay, that's interesting. That means, according to this, I'm the only guy over here. It's me versus all of you. That's kind of really strange. Okay, who else is technically on my team? According to this, Paul's on my team.
Okay.
But everybody else is on the thing. Okay. Well, I'd have to go through it, but this is one of those things of why I wanted a bunch more players, a bunch more players, so that I could tell if it was working correctly with a high amount of people. I mean, I would go test it with like 2 or 3 machines. So this is something I'll be working with Matt to see if I can get with enough machines to see what's going on with it. And of course, I bet you spam's calling.
Call from wireless caller.
Sorry, Matt, I blew you up.
Yep. Hello. Not got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Pretty much. So, most of the changes for this week are the things you saw. The fact that you can come in and out, and that teams are now real.
Now, is the modeling display a little different? Because the stuff seems a little brighter.
No, I haven't changed any of that.
The ships seem a little bit more easier to see for some reason.
I don't think I changed anything that way. I really didn't spend that much time on that.
Are these the new crosshairs?
No,
Ah, okay.
I didn't put those in yet.
Okay.
Did you upload them?
I believe I did. I'll have to double check that.
Right. So, yeah, these are the old crosshairs for right now. So they're not doing anything new and different. Like I said, I was working on the shipbuilder. And I was actually working on the screen maker to make the shipbuilder that much nicer. And I spent about 2 weeks on that. And then after MagFest, after seeing people play it, we went, okay, people were crashing out, and then they got discouraged because they couldn't come right back in. I mean, they had to go all the way out and do the whole thing like we used to every time someone crashed out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that discourages people, and I don't blame them.
Hey, Henry, did you kill me last time, or was that someone else? Because
No.
I didn't.
I think I blasted you, Ernest.
Oh, you did? Okay, are you firing at all, Henry? Because you got no beams coming out of your ship.
Yeah, right now I am firing. Are you minute fire red?
I don't see anything coming out of Henry's ship.
No, he's not the cap ship, mind you. Keep that in mind. Okay, he's a beam ship.
Yep.
Okay, let me come up to Henry's thing and see what it says. I see beams coming out of him.
Now we're both paralyzed. It's great.
No, he's attacking the other cap ship.
Oh.
And he just popped it, actually. Or
I
popped
was
something.
attacking a cap ship, and the cap ship said the name on my screen says Henry.
He owns it because he's
it's
the
owned
Warmaster.
by-
It thinks he's the Warmaster.
Matt killed or disabled me.
I got you.
I really gotta fix the friend or foe stuff. It's really horrible. I'm taking pot shots at Henry. Because I can. Well, kill his cockpit. That's the end of him. Let's see if I can pop him. Oh, you respawned.
Yay, now we're both paralyzed again.
Fair enough. Should probably start actually like playing. Henry again would be fair for me to attack him again. Oh, there's Ernest. Well, hello there. I guess realistically, the lag spikes are only really be seen on the server end, because on your end, all you're going to do is just not get a. Well, I just got killed. All you just won't get a positional update. You know what I mean? In the same kind of time frame, so you probably won't notice. It'll just go, "Oh, I'm still drifting." You know what I mean? Or my targets are still drifting. So Henry got his revenge, it seems.
There's only one time I didn't get the purple message, so that's why I was curious.
Huh, okay.
I heard it typing, but there was actually no text on the screen.
Now, is that still true, or it's just...
Right now, it popped up Adam killed me 3 times so far. So,
Oh, alright. That's a whole different thing.
yes. There's only one time I was flying around a cap ship, and it's Paul's the one that killed me when it happened.
Fair enough. And there goes Ernest.
Yep, I'm assuming that was Arthur.
Yeah. So what's going to happen is I'm going to update some of the messaging so that it will say not only who owns it, but what the corporation name is. So you know who's flying it and what team they belong to. Because now we have a different level of confusion because now teams matter.
Adam, I'm on your team.
No, you're not. I'm with Henry and with Paul on beta.
Yeah, the team thing isn't working quite right.
Yeah.
So I think I know what the code is that's causing the problem, but yeah. I don't think it's the scripting part. I think it's the handoff part. I'd have to step through it. But again, now we know there's a problem. Oh, someone got one of the cap ships.
That was me. And someone started shouting at me.
Yeah. Current score, Team A1 and TV3. Fair enough. Now, what are people's priorities as far as what is the next kind of update that will happen?
I mean, personally, as far as the flight combat, I'd like to see the controls kind of updated. We can do strafing and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, if we want to test this more effectively, I think the having the predator foe update would actually be useful too, so we can really tell just by like looking like who's coming toward me.
Mm-hmm. No, you're not wrong. Some of that's been a long time coming. What about, like I said, my priority's been updating the shipbuilder, so that we're not with these more stock ship designs. So that people can come in with kind of what they want rather than, you know, just these.
What about
Actually-
the afterburner capacity? Because right now you can just afterburn as much as you want, right?
That's about the ship design. It's not even a matter of that's actually by design you can keep going. There's supposed to be a limit, more a hard limit to your energy supply and things of that nature, if you know what I mean. Which right now that's not the case.
Yeah.
Well, Adam did his job with the tech web to do it, but we haven't redone the designs where that actually comes into play, where capacitors matter.
Okay, I see.
Sorry, man.
So if you want to dump all your energy into you know, your afterburner and such, well, that's your own particular choice. And there goes Ernest. I mean, the game should be a matter of it should allow you to do stupid things.
Yes, of course. I was just saying that right now, if you're shooting and you have shields up and you're afterburning, you can do it all at the same time, and it doesn't drain from the.
Yeah. Well, that's because the ship is basically overpowered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you have a much bigger reactor than you should, you can do exactly that.
Yeah. So basically, if you want to pay for it, you can get it. I think it basically is in a scenario like this, actually having like a cost limit on the ships to kind of balance that would help basically, then make that a little bit more fair. So.
Oh, certainly, and more importantly, that would happen when the shipbuilder would actually be active, because then I can actually say, okay, there's a combat point limit of such and such amount, and then you can try to squeeze your best design within that, and that'll be just a variable, if you will, meaning as far as the scenario will be something we set on the server. We'll say, okay, we're going to do a 20,000 or a 500 thing, and you're trying to build what you can within the amounts you're allowed to have. So that's why I thought it would be more interesting to get the shipbuilder up and running, so we're not just running these same designs. People will actually make their own designs, and that kind of gets far more into the heart of what the game's supposed to be.
Yep.
I think it was Ernest.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be good for us to test a bunch of different designs and try to.
Well, yeah, because you're the one that's going to make them. So the whole idea is Adam's tech web at that point will be that much more critical, because no longer is what the tech web was when these designs were done. It'll be whatever the tech web is at that moment. And so we're going to really live see how well his distribution of weight, the power, the cost, the whatever, really comes into play. Oops, someone's shooting at me. And that's the point. And that's when you're really going to see much more what the game's supposed to be versus what it is right now.
I just got teleported away somewhere, so...
Well, you're supposed to, because someone killed... I mean, come on, Paul, you've done this before. Yeah. Now, the teammate team...
engage afterburners, actually.
What's that?
I still can't engage my afterburners for some reason.
Hmm.
Can anybody else not engage their afterburners? It's right mouse button.
I can go. I can afterburner.
Okay. Adam, I guess exit out, come back in, see if it cures it.
Oh wait, yeah, now I can't for some reason.
No, you can't because I shot you.
Because you shot your ass off, dude. You gotta pay attention to your, to what damage you have. So if I scroll through it, I was guarantee you your butt's... Now your butt's okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Probably your main thruster went down, not your anti-inertials. So, out of curiosity, well...
Yeah, I have the normal,
can't.
thrusters.
So right mouse button just doesn't do anything for you.
Nope, does nothing.
And you exited all the way out of the game and came all the way back.
Oh, now I can do it. Now I have it. It's back again.
Yep. Hit Q, restarted the game, came back in.
Okay. When was the last time your ship got destroyed?
Recently.
Alright, let's see. Well,
I am no longer able to destroy the cap ship.
why are you no longer able to destroy the cap ship?
It's not taking any damage when I'm hitting it.
Okay. That's very strange. Well, let's see what happens. I'm gonna kill Adam real quick, although he's zooming off, so I can't do that anyway.
Okay, now I have afterburners again. Does that meter only change when you have someone target locked?
What meter?
The afterburner overshot gauge.
Yes. It's only there when you have someone targeted.
That makes sense then. Okay, my afterburner's fine then. Or it seems to be. Yes, it is.
Alright, so everybody reset, so there you go.
Yep.
So, Ernest, what were you shooting at that wasn't taking any damage?
The cap ship.
Okay. Are you a beam ship or are you a pulse ship?
The pulse.
You're a pulse ship, so it's not that. Okay, so...
Can you stop moving?
Excuse me?
Just shoot without moving?
Shoot, you can shoot without moving. What are you talking about?
Sorry, Matt.
I'm not sure what you're referring to. Ernest, can you still do damage to the cap ship or no?
No, nothing's happening to the cat. Well, hold on.
All
I
right.
think something is now.
All right. Well, you died.
Yeah, then again, someone just killed me, so.
Right.
I think I was starting to damage the ship that time.
All right. All right. No one shoot Ernest or anybody else for that matter. Let's see. Let's check to see what's going on here.
The Henry II capship does appear to have some damaged facets, some damaged shielding.
Alright,
All right. Let's check the Lord Art 1 capship, which is not what you're hitting, and you're trying to do the Henry capship, which has some damage to it.
Yeah, now yeah. After Adam started hitting me, then the shield damage started happening on the ship. So let me go back in again.
Okay, Adam, can you afterburner?
I cannot.
Now you updated your executable, right?
Yep,
With
right
the
before we
release.
started.
Okay.
Alright.
That makes 0 sense because the afterburner is like really hard coded to the right mouse button.
Alright, is someone by the ship because I am firing at it right now.
I'm watching it. I'm watching you shoot at it. It's going
There we
pounding,
go.
pounding, pounding. The shields are now
Alright.
down.
Yep, shields went down, okay.
Reactors are fragged and they
Yep.
reset.
Yeah, before I sat there and I must have put 100 shots into it before Adam came along and.
Did his thing.
Yep.
Alright, Adam. Alright, I have you targeted now. And you're saying right mouse button does absolutely 0, nothing.
Well, I mean, it doesn't do afterburner, that's for sure.
I'm looking at Adam now.
Okay, I have the only other thing I could think of is I wonder if somehow you're using normal thrusting, right? At this point?
Correct.
Okay. Just for amusement value. Bring up the Omniball, go into the navigation screen, and then you're gonna have to it's not gonna be pleasant. And then you'll have to click the navigation again and see whether or not that solves it.
By the way, the tilde key is actually not basically disabling my mouse anymore.
Okay, well if that's not gonna disable it, you can't do anything other than quit out and come back in and try it again.
I can get to the configuration screen though.
Okay. Well, it's not the configuration screen I need you to get to. I need you to go to the navigation screen. The navigation screen will purposely push the AI back into its hidey hole. But then again, you shouldn't even be able to thrust if that was really the case. But I'm trying to go through what could be the problem.
Okay,
That's why I was
restart.
well, if
I'm
you're
actually
restarting, then it's
I'm actually looking at the Omniball right now, and it's giving me the main menu options, not the normal in-game thing like asset screen, nav screen, factory screen, and
yeah.
so
So you
forth.
have to I don't know what you clicked on, so I can't tell you what else to click on. What do you see?
Okay. Tutorial, multiplayer, quit.
All right, then click on
configuration.
Sandbox.
Okay, now I'm in the game lobby.
Right.
Okay, I'm in the nav screen.
All right, then exit back out of the nav screen by hitting the same,
Ah, okay, yeah,
Like-
that solved it.
Which button? There's no, like the buttons at the top aren't there anymore.
You look at the so if you click the nav screen and then you click the nav screen button again, which is still like the planets and stuff like that, it should take you right back to the simulation. Yes?
Like before, basically I used the buttons at the very top of the screen to get into the nav.
Yeah, no, don't use you have to use Omniball. The stuff on that is
Okay,
legacy is going to go away very soon.
So I use Omniball. I just go back to multiplayer join or what?
No, if you were actually in the main game, you could click the nav screen button, the Omniball wouldn't have changed, you could click it again, and you could go right back to the sim, is what I'm trying to have you do. The reason why that comes up is when you go to the nav screen, it purposely puts an AI into your ship so that when you select it in the nav screen and tell it to go somewhere, you're operating as any other AI ship. When you jump back into the back in the simulation screen where you're piloting first person, it puts the AI back into the holding, if you know what I mean.
Okay, so
Through suppression.
you want me to use the Omniball to get into the nav screen?
Yes.
Yeah, except I cannot because whenever I click on the Omniball, nothing is reacting to it.
It won't because you have to hit the tilde key because right now you're spinning.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Basically, when I hit the tilde key to basically go into mouse mode, it doesn't stop me from spinning. Like right now, I'm in what should be mouse mode. I cannot fire, but my ship is still moving around whenever I move my mouse around.
Hit the tilde key once more, please.
Okay, I've hit it once more. Now I can fire.
Okay. Do you have a joystick attached to the system?
Oh, maybe that's it. I don't have a joystick, but I do have a gamepad.
That'll do it.
Alright.
Alright, yeah.
We're gonna have to quit out and come back in.
Yeah. That's probably why your afterburner isn't going, because it's looking for the gamepad button to do the afterburner. Not your mouse.
Alright.
That's the problem. That makes complete sense now. I was going, it's like, why is it that? Because you're the only one that's having the problem. That's what's going on. The gamepad is only. You know how like Minecraft has all these different the redstone update and the aquatic update and all the rest of that update. I want to do the control update because the control system needs an overhaul to kind of make it a lot happier, if you know what I mean. And this is one of the things. Meaning the joystick support is there, but only barely. And I want to change that so Ogre's joystick will work fine, your gamepad will work fine, my joystick will work fine, etc. Looks like you're afterburnering?
Yep. Yeah, it appears to be fixed. Thank you.
There you go. So that in a later point you won't run into these kind of weird control issues that we're currently still having. But this comes out in growing pains. And again, this is the reason why I like these multiplayer tests, because we find these weird bugs that we wouldn't find otherwise.
I'm finding that the target lock cycling keys have a habit of jumping from one target to another, even though I didn't tell it to.
Well, if you're pressing the keys, they're meant to jump, so...
It's almost like it's trying to auto-hop from one target to another one. Like, I'll go to, like, one of your ships, and then it'll instantly hop to the next one in targeting line, I guess.
Exit the game, come back in, see if it still does it.
Okay. I just bombed out, or I just quit.
You quit, you didn't bomb out, there's a difference.
Yes!
The reason why I bring that up is there's a known bug where every once in the blue moon, and it only happens in multiplayer, and it only happens to the clients, that it'll select a random key to kind of double tap. So you hit the button, it'll do this random one thing, and then the button you actually wanted to do. And I don't know why. It's not consistent, or else I'd fix it already. And it only comes up 1 out of, 10, 20 times, I guess, maybe?
Okay.
So when you come back in, if it's still doing it, then that's something different. But I almost guarantee you it's not. And it's that same wacky, weird bug. I don't know what to do about it.
Okay, reconnecting now.
Okay. Yep, I noticed there was a slight lag spike here. Not surprising. Alright, now I'm stuck.
Yeah, I just have a all black screen with like the mouse busy icon.
Okay. Yeah, it's done something horrible in my end. What happens when you quit out? Now I'm back. Is everybody else still connected or no?
My game just bombed out.
That's some lag there.
My game just bombed out. I got an app crash.
Okay.
Build 2020 1.14 has stopped working. All right, let me relaunch.
Okay. Now can everybody move and like afterburner or do something to make sure that everybody's still here?
I'm here. I'm moving through.
All right, I just saw you fire. Let's see who this is. Paul, well, that's of course the one that he got problems with. Matt, I see moving around.
Yeah, I seem to be okay.
Henry, that's his ship. Henry
Okay,
I just
is
watched Adam
yeah, he's moving
respawn,
around,
so.
I'm about to reconnect.
and Ernest is running around. So there's
Okay, here I am.
here he is.
I'm shooting
Yep.
off into the void.
Yep, he's shooting. There you go. I see you. And now I'm gonna fry your butt.
Okay.
Your butt is now fried.
Lol.
Lol is right. Mm.
I have to go greet
Microwaves
Paul,
of
just came
love.
home.
You have to go what? I'm sorry. Okay. I guess I gotta go somewhere. Give Paul some microwave of love here.
Yeah, the ship is just crap for like head-on attacks because of the way the weapons are spread out and the way the everything is front-loaded. So if I get tapped on the front, I basically am out of engines.
Yeah, well, like I said, that's why I really want to do the shipbuilder stuff. That's what I really want to spend the next 2 weeks on.
I don't remember Henry killing me 8 times, but
Well, Henry did. It says you died 8 times, not Henry killed you 8 times.
okay. Alright.
Now,
Alright.
maybe the
I
text
can
is
reread the
confusing.
Maybe I didn't read it right then.
Alright, well, here, let me kill you, and you can read it again. And,
That's
you know,
okay. I'm
we
good.
can
Don't
see
worry.
how well that works, you know. Alright. Looks like you lovebirds are going at it. So sorry about the confusion, Adam. I mean, in a weird kind of way, it wasn't a bug and it was a feature, but it just means that the controls need much more love to get it kind of working not stupidly. But, you know, that's why this is alpha. Or pre-alpha, even. I'm hoping to get it to full alpha in the next few months before GDC. It's a really big thing to me.
Okay. I read it much more clearer now. Yep.
Okay, so what was the text? The text is more
It said Lord
understandable?
R killed you, or disabled you, you died 8 times, or 9 times.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Now, ideally, it would be nice to say, okay, who killed you, how many times? But even in Counter-Strike, it doesn't tell you who killed you how many times. It just says you died like X amount of times. So, I mean, I don't want to overdo it. Ah, I think I found an Adam. Alright. I still want to put in the how you intercept someone if you are thrusting, which I didn't put in. Now, I know Paul gave me those reticles so you know where your thrust is. Meaning, so you most ideally anti-thrust, if you know what I mean. But I definitely should put some sort of target lead so you can actually try to intercept your...
Yes. That's the only thing this misses. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not just for pulses anymore. It's like, okay, based on what they're doing, how do you get there? Even if you have a beam ship, you need to find a way of catching up with your target. And actually, like, having that work. Now, I want to take Paul's, pretty fast monkey there, Adam. I'm going to take Paul's, new reticles so you can really get a better chance on, like, how things are working and stuff like that. And so, I can more color code them. They won't just, like, disappear because they're too far away, that kind of thing. Got a stray shot on Adam at best as he zoomed on by. Now, interestingly enough, Adam, when we were at MagFest, there was a guy who was obviously very into space games, and he was doing very well with, like, running around doing capture the flagship and stuff like that. Oh, gotcha. Well, you're weaponless. I don't know what else you really are. Now you're dead. Let's see if I can get you before you respawn. Probably not. Yep. Whee! Yeah, I'm going too far. My mouse is just being stupid. Yep, there you go. Boom. So yeah, I mean the good news is it looks like when people join and reconnect, no one's seeing the lag spike other than the server, which is, I think, acceptable. And it's, alright, what's everybody else's opinion on that?
Yeah, I mean I would think that's the only person that would see it would be the server,
Yeah.
if anything.
And it's just a lag spike. It's not like you're stuck for seconds on end. It's a matter of, you can see a frame rate hiccup is the best way I can
Yeah.
describe it.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by lag spike versus like, something really more horrible where it's a freeze outright. So you might see a pause that would be maybe a quarter second, not even maybe a 20th of a second. It's probably a lot quicker than I'm giving it credit. Basically, you've seen how when you exit and you come back in, from the time you hit connect to when you're actually in the space, it's about maybe a second, not even. Yes, Ernest got me. I wouldn't even say it's that long. It's actually a lot shorter, as far as the server spike. I mean, the reality is you're seeing what the server looks like on the live stream. So if you ever go back and play it back and watch it, that's how bad the spike is. It's for practical purposes negligible, and since everybody else's entertainment isn't being hurt by it, I don't see that as a problem.
Yeah.
Meaning you guys, there's like, what, 6 people on here now? And no one else notices it at all. And
Yeah,
you wouldn't.
when we did the test, I was actually firing my weapon and it did not change at all. So.
Right. And it wouldn't, and it shouldn't, because the server handles different things, and that makes sense. Basically what the server is doing is dumping the entire game state across the network to the reconnecting player.
Yeah.
From your perspective as a client, he never left, so you got no updates at all, other than the normal we're running around and shoot each other kind of updates, which the server handles anyway. The only thing that would happen is the reflections and stuff like that might be a little lagged behind, but they would immediately catch up. Meaning the packets you're sending out right now to do movement and firing and damage and stuff like that would just sort of stockpile up, and then it would all get bursted to you at all at the same time, and so you wouldn't really notice it. I mean, someone who is really like eagle-eyed and really looking at the timings would, but here's the reality: unless you're sitting there next to the other machine that's doing it, you'd never notice it.
Yeah.
Because how would you know when it got updated? And since it's a fraction of a second, you don't care. So I think that's okay. I don't have an issue with that. We played another space game, which I won't name by name, but yeah, we played on Deathfest. Those lag spikes were hideous. Oh my god.
And I'm back. Sorry for the wait.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, so this doesn't have that problem. This is a real happy-dappy space combat. There's really no overt problems with that. So I'm happy with that. That's good. So I would say we've been going. It's 4:32, which means we've been going at this for an hour. Other than some initial connection crashes, no one's crashed.
Yeah.
So some of the bug fixes I've been doing has actually been helping. I'm not saying that the new stuff is 100%, meaning we should be more evenly teamed rather than me on my own team kind of thing. And so I'll fix that. I'll see why it's doing that with Matt at some point, because it'll be my third person. I'll see what's going on with that. But yeah, this is the only time I get to really see what happens in the game on the more heavy load, And so the weirder bugs come out, and it's like, okay, well, all right, fine.
Yeah, they do.
But that's a good thing, and so I think it's a successful thing that, if we're playing for an hour and no one's really crashed, that's giant thumbs up. I mean, yes, it's not new gameplay mechanics that people really want, but quality of life stuff, I think that's important to have a game that's not crash and buggy.
Yeah, well, in a way, it's a game mechanic because you can join now once you start it, so you're not stuck.
Yes.
outside the box waiting.
Yeah, and
Someone
so
to-
if you need to quit out because something else happens or because you crash, whatever, it's like, okay, just come right back in. No one knows you just sort of fly straight for a few seconds while you're coming back in. That's all.
Uh-huh.
So it's a non-issue. I think that is a game changer in and of itself. Ideally, Adam's correct. You should be able to join the game in progress. I'm not debating that. That's the next step up. I gotta level up one at a time. Most of the problem with that is if a new person joins in, the issue that happens is everybody's got to be informed of them
Uh-huh.
and their assets and who they belong to and all the rest of that stuff. But even more importantly, they have to be properly reconnected into the main game chain, which is not as easy as it sounds. It is kind of easy-ish, but it's got to be done cleanly, I should say. And so if it's not done cleanly, then all hell breaks loose. So that will become a thing, but it's not a high priority. I think the reconnect is a high priority, and therefore that all works, and that's been tested now, and that's been working real nice. Which I'm kind of proud of myself for that one, getting that running.
That's pretty good.
Well, you look at that, we have low expectations, and that's pretty good, but there you go.
That's not no expectation. I mean, that's something that, like, you would have to stop playing in order to accommodate everyone who is playing.
Right.
Now you don't have to.
Now you don't have to. And basically, as a general rule, they would now. All right, I could be a complete douchebag, and there's a leftover thing in the system that never worked before, but now it does because I fixed the detection of the connections. If the server actually quits itself out, it sends a kick command to every client. So if I hit Q now as the server, everybody else will exit the game. And there goes Ernest. Which is kind of funny. And I looked at the code, and it actually was supposed to go back to... Oh, Paul killed me while I was killing Ernest. Yes. So, for amusement value, do we quit out completely and knock you all out at the same time?
Sure.
Let's see it happen.
Alright, we're doing this. Bye, guys.
Oh.
Isn't that great?
Desktop.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's not crash. No, it cleanly exited. It's not even a crash. Now, I looked at the code. It's actually supposed to go back to the original multiplayer screen. And because it doesn't exist anymore, you crashed?
Yeah, I got an actual app crash. The has stopped working.
Okay, well, sorry.
I got that for a split second before it went to the desktop, though. So.
Okay.
But I think it was just the command executing and the game shut down. So.
Yep. So basically the stuff that was supposed to take it back to the join screen, it doesn't know where it is, and so it goes, okay, we're going to exit the main game loop and fail. So we're back in, the host is back up, by the way. So,
okay.
But I thought that was kind of interesting that now the kick command in the game actually does work.
Yeah.
So I thought this was good. What happens is when the server quits, it sends a server kick command to all the connected clients. And so that's kind of how that one rolls. Now, this is kind of interesting though. When by the way, okay, everybody knows the server's back up. When the as Matt proved last month, the last time we did this, you can possess ships, and the multiplayer is perfectly happy with it. Which means that as soon as we start bringing in fleets of ships, or even if I have... Here's a good... Actually, it's not a bad idea. It wouldn't take me long to put this in either. Imagine having right by your cap ship all the other fighters that exist in the game. And then you target it, and you hit P to jump to it, and now you're piloting that. And it's like, I don't feel like doing the beam guy anymore. I want to jump to this other ship. Okay. And the game is perfectly happy with it. Matt proved that. I mean, Matt proved that you can possess the cap ship that's in the game here, and it will work. Alright, now I will try to be I'll be the Warmaster this time, because we already know what's going to happen. Paul's the other Warmaster, and he's beta. I'll do heavy beam. I should shorten the names of the different things so it doesn't overwrite people's things. It shouldn't be that long. And who are we missing?
I'm
Matt.
still loading in.
Okay. Let's just load in. Oops. So there's going to be more data validation that isn't quite there yet for like how many War Masters you're going to have per team, that kind of thing, which means only one. That kind of thing is coming, but it's just not there yet. And so the ready thing is going to be a required thing. And you won't be able to hit ready unless you've actually selected which ship you want and which team you're on and the rank you are, that kind of thing. So Adam, you want to select the rank or should I do that for you? There you go.
At the photo.
Alright. So it should be Paul and it should be myself, and we'll see how bad the code ends up being. Start. Alright, we're all in the game.
Yay.
Now, I don't know. So Paul
Mm-hmm.
looks like someone took over the cap ship.
Yeah, Paul says it's the cap ship is Paul on my screen.
Yes, it is. Paul, did you capture the cap ship?
I did not hit any button that captures anything that I know of.
Alright, did you come in as a cap ship?
Yes.
Oh, well that explains that, so I'm confused.
Okay, sorry.
I'm going, why am I seeing the cap ship rotate? So the one is that one. So this is correct. So that, but it still is placing everybody. Oh,
When I try to target people, it's skipping forward. I can't tell if it's random or not.
It is random exit, come back in, it'll disappear. There's a. I wish I knew what caused that glitch. It's like I said, it's like 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20 times you come in, it will glitch that way, and then it won't come up again. And I have no idea what's causing it. Now, as far as placement goes, you guys are down that way, which is really, truly wacky. Maybe I should look at the script code. Because I'm almost positive it's putting people into appropriate holes. Well, Henry's seen better days, it seems.
Yeah, he has. I like the pop. I'm waiting for the pop to go off.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There he goes. There you go. Yes.
Arthur, what would you think about introducing a change so that when you log back in, you have to hit start in order to be dumped back into the game?
I know we originally discussed that. I don't know. Well, let's put it out to the panel here. What do people think? When you join the game and you're reconnecting, do you actually want them to have to manually hit start, or is that good enough for you to hit connect and be done with it?
Oh, you should hit start in case you actually want to go to a different. No, actually, no. It doesn't really matter because you're connecting to the server that has the game, so I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a start button.
Okay, so just automatically go in.
Yeah,
Yes,
because you're
already
reconnecting.
on
It knows.
that server. It's not like you have a choice to do anything else.
Yeah, you're doing a reconnect, but if you were joining a brand new game, that'd be different. Now at this point, someone I guess crashed. Yes? No?
Yes, I did. I'm waiting for it
Yeah.
to hit the desktop right
crashed.
now.
Oh, I think I'm about to crash too. Yeah, my game just froze up.
Well, no. Freezing's not the same thing.
Okay.
Freezing means that the data buffer is overloaded and is waiting for it to freeze up. So someone needs to actually quit out of the game or remove their executable so it disconnects the socket, and at which point everything frees up again.
Alright, I'm quitting the game out because I think it's being it crashed.
Okay.
I quit out. I'm out.
Well, we didn't free up, so that wasn't you.
Hold on, it might be me.
Just because you're frozen does not mean that's the case.
Yeah.
So don't just because you're frozen, don't quit. Don't try to alt-tab it yet. Wait until whoever it is actually leaves, and then they'll come right
Yeah, I
back.
thought it was me. I thought it was me that was frozen because it was stuck. So.
No, it wasn't me. Crap.
So who else is?
I'm still at the moment like frozen with the mouse doing the busy.
I'm
I
out of the
quit,
game.
and then
Well, Paul,
I'm
then
gonna
it's you.
go.
If you have the busy thing, it's you. It's basically it came up with an error window, and because I'm frozen, I don't have the spinny thing, and because you have the spinny thing, Paul, you're the one that's crashed. So hit Control Delete,
All right.
and then terminate it, or you should see a window there. If you do Control Delete and then hit Cancel, that little pop-up window will be there saying that something stupid happened.
Yeah, rank Warmaster not responding. Okay, and task.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
All right, I'm still not back. Oh no, I saw it move, and now I just crashed.
Ah.
Someone. Okay. Oh, it's a send flag error. Access
Yeah, I'm sitting in
violation.
the lobby waiting to join. It's calling me.
Temp player. Okay. That's because the send connection happened. We waited so long that even the main system went down. All right. I'll have to put something there to.
Yeah, when I came back in, you were still frozen, so I guess it was still not able to.
Yeah.
So I was just sitting in the lobby waiting.
I'll make sure this is cleaned up. Changing some of the code here so like some of the other crashes that just happened doesn't happen again. All right. Meaning we hit a situation where because it was still waiting, it. Yeah, I just had a problem. Okay, so the server's back up, by the way.
All right.
I would have to have explored that a little bit more, but I should have put that kind of error handling there, which I didn't do. So I just put it in Shiraz. Now, what I can do is I can try to spend a little bit of time looking at the script that I wrote that positions you, and see if there's an obvious bug with it that's causing the where we're ending up not being quite correct. Okay, so Paul made himself a Warmaster. I have to admit, it's kind of peculiar. P1, P2. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay, that's why. That's the dumb. Oh. Alright. So, tell you what. Since everybody's kind of in and ready, I'm gonna have you guys go kill each other. And while you kill each other, I am going to correct the code here real quick in the script. And then that will Then we can come back and then test the change, which will be like we're actually on the proper teams. So if I go like this.
Sorry, Matt.
What is the sorry would you speak?
I was apologizing for not being sorry.
Oh. Well, that's a little different there too. And
I know this is a late question, but what does the blue and yellow reticles mean?
what, you mean what's around the ships, you mean?
It's supposed to represent friend or foe code, but the colors are off.
They're
not-
more than off. They're
not quite
like
right.
psychedelic. They are.
Okay.
They went on vacation, kind of off. You know. Well, I wrote it so many years ago, but it never. I never had a chance to actually like put in a position where it could actually get tested, and now we are. And it's like, wow, it's really broken. So yeah, that's a problem. Okay. Now this should be interesting. I just updated the script live. I'm curious whether or not, if because it doesn't cache the script, because it actually loads it from the file each time, whether or not if you kill one of the cap ships, it will actually notice that something changed.
I just killed a cap ship.
Alright. Haha! It worked! Check that out, MFers. See?
What happens if I kill a cap ship that I own?
It's dead.
It's dead. Yeah, he's not wrong. The other team gets the credit. So, okay, the friend or foe stuff is still all borked, but we knew this. That's nothing new. But, if you notice, the teams are on the right side now. There's 3-on-3, which is what we did. And now, are we reborking ourselves? Is that what's causing the problem?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I keep seeing everybody like kind of jump right back to where they're supposed to be.
Looks like it's
Yeah, I'm
continually
seeing
resetting.
that kind of
Yeah.
jumping around, teleporting as well.
Yeah. All right.
Happen again.
All right. Exit out, and I will see whether or not if my change into the script kind of.
You thought it was fixed.
I told it was fixed. Well, I also like changed the code out from under itself, if you know what I mean. And so, yeah, it may not have liked that I did that to it. Oh, well, that might be the 2. But it shouldn't just be a permanent loop like that, though. Let's see if this changes it or not. I'm recompiling it. It'll be up in a minute. What I did was, instead of looking to see what the players, what they were piloting, whether or not that was the owning Warmaster, now I'm checking which corporation you belong to, and that's what it's checking against.
Hey Matt, you got some serious like atmospheric disturbance on your microphone there.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, is you got like a fan going against it or something?
I pressed the talk on and I'm not pressing the key.
All right, then who? Then Paul, how do you know it's him?
It was Matt because Matt's blue light was on.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, it
team
was
speak.
probably the fucking cat on the keyboard. Horrible cat.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, there you go. Okay, well, server's back up.
Okay.
I hope I didn't break it. That would kind of be dumb.
Famous last words.
I could change it back, but I didn't change anything. I changed one of the if statement, well, 2 of the if statements. What it's doing is it's checking to see whether or not if the corporation you end up in is the same one as the next guy. But even if that's the case, it wouldn't create an infinite loop. You know what I mean? We were constantly getting that reset. If you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
Heavy beam, Team Alpha. I guess I'll be the Warmaster. Doesn't really matter. And that's all I changed. I didn't change it. It makes more sense to see whether you're in the same corporation than to see whether or not if the ship who it belonged to, whether it was to the Warmaster or not. And so that wasn't really correct. Now checking to see whether or not if it's going to the same proper corporation, that is correct. But if it's doing something stupid, then yeah, I can't help it there. I mean, like the if statements, or else we wouldn't have been evenly distributed like that. That got fixed. That's what I like about the scripting, is that the scripting's so easily changeable. You know, as a fix goes.
Yeah.
Which says a lot about the scripting engine, if you think about it. So we're just waiting on Matt, I think. I have to shorten the names of the scenarios because, yeah.
Or you just have a wrap.
It doesn't wrap that well like that. Also have to move the Omniball probably down below where the ban is, so that's not just kind of in the way.
Hmm.
You know, stuff like that. It's cosmetic. All right. Why can't I start?
Because someone still has not ready.
Well, on my screen, everybody's ready? Oops, no, it went in. Okay. So I now see 3 people on my side. That's Ernest and Adam. I'm going to maneuver out. Hopefully it's not going to reset itself. Is everybody else able to move?
I
Yep.
can move.
And it's not
Yeah.
and it's not resetting every 5 seconds. Right?
So far, so
yep.
good?
Okay. Then yeah. Alright. I think that's a successful update. I guess it didn't like me changing the script out from under it while it was running. Which I can't exactly blame it. I don't really consider that a bug. That's sort of like, you shouldn't have done that, Arthur. So yeah. I thought I could get away with it. Is what? No, you can't. Alright, fine. But right now, everybody who's on our team is in blue. And they're in yellow, so we actually can tell the difference between people. The friend or
Yeah,
foe
no.
is like half working, even though it's
We'll
not
see,
constant.
we'll see what happens after death.
Yeah, every time you start to shoot somebody, it changes. I'm well aware of that. But it should be working okay. Because now we're technically part of the same corporation. So yeah. So Paul is on the other
Hello.
team. So of course that means he must die.
Who knows?
Well, you're afterburning away from me, so I can't do very much about it. Anyway. So has anybody died yet? Call it when someone actually dies. I want to see if that...
Oh, I'm out.
Alright.
I died.
And
Henry got me.
fair enough.
And I'm engineless now.
Yes, you were definitely engineless.
Rail ship was the wrong choice.
In a fighter versus fighter battle, yeah. Unless you're going after the cap ship, you know, the rails aren't that wonderful. They hurt real bad, but yeah, compared to the other
rails are actually
fighters,
really good. It's just the ship design, honestly.
fair enough, fair enough.
I
Yeah,
am
because like
across
if
the
I
other
get a
side of
couple
the
shots in,
format.
I'll do a lot of damage. Problem is,
Yes.
then you almost instant disable me because of you tap my nose and I have a glass jaw.
Yep. No, that's why we're going to try to do the shipbuilder update. So there's no more excuses about ship design anymore per se. It'll actually be what it is. Well, the friend or foe's not. Did it change? It changed, of course. Now Paul's my friend, and so the other team comes up as blue too. So that's not helpful.
Yeah.
Oh well. But it does know the difference between things. Well, it's just it might not seem so. All right.
See, everything's blue now.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, the friend or foe system's worked. I really gotta go into that code. You'll wonder why it's as god awful as it is. All right. So I killed the cap ship.
Okay. All right.
Now, since I killed the cap ship, let's see what it says for like the team stuff. Now, it did reset people where so there's 3 and 3 again.
Yep.
Current score: Team A 1 and Team B 0. So I guess I'm on Team A. Now, I selected as Alpha, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's correct then. So Team Alpha is Team A. Go figure. Yes.
Yep.
Scary that. So yeah, actually it goes by the first Warmaster it comes across as Team Alpha or Team 1 or Team A, I should say.
Yeah, it looks like the teams are back the way they should be. So
yeah.
It's just not the color change.
Yeah, the colors, we know that's screwed.
Yeah. Well, no, I was thinking maybe on a reset like that with the cap chip, because it changed the colors before on a reset.
It's supposed to change colors every time you do something, and it doesn't. So, yeah. So, Ernest, you on my side?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that will not kill you.
You, me, and Adam.
Okay, so I know. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I gotta see what's going on. It's a whole subsystem for friend or foe, and it is so unbelievably important. It's kind of complicated in there. I'm not dealing with it. I have other things I need to do.
There goes the cap ship again.
Yeah, it did. Now, what's interesting is the cap ship on my radar, meaning our cap ship, shows up as blue, but you guys show up as red. And,
right now everyone's still blue to me.
Well, I mean, on the radar, I mean.
Oh, radar?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
And so I'm curious what the enemy guys come up as on my radar. They come up as red as well. So, like I said, the friend or foe, this thing is so borked. So, Matt, you want to work on the friend or foe?
Come on, man.
You're killing me. I know. I'm asking if it's something that interests you, not saying you have to do it now.
After GDC?
Okay.
I would definitely consider that.
Yeah, no, I can appreciate that. No, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be worked on between now and then. I really want the single player up and running by then. I want to get, honestly, a city battle running in multiplayer before then. In one of the multiplayer tests. So we're attacking a city, not just, up here messing around with capital ships and such. I also want to get fleet battles running. Meaning, we're not just coming in single player with, a single ship. You come in with your buds, and you can send your squad to go kill something. Well, Paul just got,
loaded.
Yeah, you got double teamed by me and, I think, Ernest.
It was Adam.
And no, you're right. It is Adam. Okay, I just scrolled through to see who was actually there. That's Adam.
Yeah, I'm picking on that right now.
Yep. So ideally, what I should do where it says ship owner, it's just a corporation as well as pilot. If you know what I mean. It shouldn't just be, who actually owns the ship, because that gets confusing. So, like I said, it's updates. It's not too hard to do. It's just got to be done. So who is this? Ernest is my team. I gotta stop killing him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm just used to it. It's one of those things. But I am still very proud that the script was able to be modified that quickly. And then it fixed it. You know what I mean? That, we're all on the same... That means the other code's running fine. It was just the script that was wrong. And meaning I was comparing... Oops, someone got something. Yeah, I'm actually happy this turned out this way. This is good. This is working the way it's supposed to. A little bit of niggles, but, But it also really, really, really shows, I know I keep saying it because I'm really proud of it, that how easy it would be for anybody to write their own multiplayer scenario. Now, obviously, I know how the scripting engine works a lot better to do something more efficiently, but it does show that through a little bit of debugging that other people can do it. You know,
Yeah.
and it's obviously not that hard. You know, oh, well, you got my engine, Paul. I think that's who got me.
Those leads are so helpful.
Well, that's kind of the point.
I think I just either blew up or reset again.
Well, everything got reset. I know that. All right. Oop.
Again.
Current score: Team A 3, Team B 2. So there's your answer. Now I love watching like my team just like afterburnering, like full tilting it towards everybody else, and that's just kind of fun. It's like everybody floor it. You know, that's kind of makes it like okay, now we're doing something. You know.
So are there AI controlled ships in this game or at this round or?
There are AI controlled ships, not in the
Okay.
multiplayer yet. That's the next big thing I want to do is add fleets in, so you can actually come in with a squad, not just you.
I'm just wondering like how would like the how like I'm able to see a ship owned by myself that I'm clearly not piloting, so.
Well, because I mean, if they are your squad, why wouldn't you own them?
Oh, okay, that makes sense. It's not like I'm seeing an AI-controlled me out there.
Right. Now, maybe I put in the thing saying that, it's Paul, ship owner Paul, parentheses AI. Maybe that makes more sense so that people don't get confused. So they know it's like... That also will probably be a lot better, especially when you end up with fleets. And you will know, okay, who is Paul actually piloting? Because you want to tweak your friend's nose. So if you say Paul AI Paul, oh, that's where Paul is right now. I'm going to go kill him. Then that's more fun with your friends, you know what I mean? Because then you're actually killing him, not just his AI henchman. So I think that's a real thing to add, honestly. So that's a note I should add, actually. So you're playing bumper cars with the cap ship there, Paul?
I think so.
Yeah, so you run right into him and boing.
I'm gonna keep on shooting.
I'm sure you are.
Yay! And I'm paralyzed.
Yeah, I got your engines and...
Well, I
There you
killed
go.
the cap ship, evidently.
I guess so. Or someone got it. See what it comes up and says.
I saw the skull icon appear as I was like just firing, and then I just tried to afterburner away, and then someone shut off my engines.
Well, I think both Adam and I were taking pot shots at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
I'll
was
just
actually
dying to
shooting
Henry.
this time. It was me and you.
Ah, okay, fair enough, sir.
Take it out to Paul.
Well, one has to take out the pole. It's one of those things.
Damn it.
Yeah, I definitely gotta do the angle of attack lead. That's gonna make this a lot easier to do. Because I'm just like overshooting it. I'm just circling where I'm trying to go, and oh, someone got the cap ship.
He got it. Yeah, the angle attack definitely works, but it would be useful.
Yeah, no, I mean that's a creature comfort, and we gotta do it.
Yeah.
All right, one. Alright, I'm gonna charge towards their cap ship and see what happens.
Someone got blowed up. Is that Henry?
That was me. Somebody was defending their capture. Yes, Adam.
I'm paralyzed, and now I'm
There it is,
weaponless. Now I'm weaponless.
Damn it.
Well, I got the kill on the cap ship.
Oh, that's good. I thought it was Paul
Hey,
sitting
Art.
down there.
Hey, what's up, Doc?
I restarted the game, and now everybody's blue.
Yeah, everybody's blue anyway. That's a bug in the damn
Alright.
friend or foe. Yeah, no, it's a known. Yeah, it's so screwed up. Yeah, it's just never been high on my list because to a certain degree it's a cosmetic thing, and I realize after a certain point that matters. But other things like things not crashing and getting the damage across right, that kind of thing matters more. Like this reconnect thing, for example. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, it should not be the way it is, and it's really horrific that it is the way it is. But
Adam
No,
killed me.
I mean, I wasn't complaining.
no, you're 100% right.
When we started, it was working like we were yellow and you were blue.
Yep. No, you're
And
you're
then I
you were right.
restarted and everybody was blue.
Yep.
It was just me.
You're definitely not wrong, sir. It's yeah. It definitely needs some help.
Yeah, having to basically like repeatedly tab to find my target is a little rough.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Once the friend or foe thing is corrected, it will be a lot less annoying. But I'll have to play with Matt with that. Let's see if I can fix that one. See, Henry wants a little piece of my ass. Probably will get it too. Ow, 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 ow. It's like, how did you not kill me with that barrage? I had to open my big mouth. I have one gun left and no engines. My entire nose is all blackened. Yep, says Henry killed me. So, as a casual verbal vote, what would people like to see done in the next 2 weeks? Getting the shipbuilder up and running so we're not running the same ships. Me actually fixing the friend or foe. And remember, you can't have everything.
Shipbuilder sounds more exciting.
It should be. Honestly, I wanted it for this time, but then after MagFest, it's sort of like, okay, we gotta fix this reconnect thing because we can't keep having that. People get too pissed off at the game. People should be playing the game, not fighting the game when it loads. You know what I mean? Oh, someone got their kills in there. But I really wanted to get like this capture the flagship stuff, being the teams going right, because once you have that, again, I keep mentioning with the whole asset screen thing that Matt's working on, but that's what this is all about. Now, I'm kind of curious. If I hit, if I go in the asset screen right now, what will happen? I now see Lord Art, Mini Fire Dragon, Adam in my listening, and I can actually see that. Wow. Look at all the ships that are under my command. I have a Dreadnought, a Yak Blaster, another Dreadnought, and another Yak Blaster. So I don't think that's right, but that's okay.
Are you in the new or
Yeah?
the old asset screen?
I'm in yours, man.
How did you get in there?
Omniball?
So you went into the sandbox and that won't back the game?
No! You don't have to, man. You start with the Omniball. Click your asset screen, man. Seriously.
My asset screen, when I click to open it up, is still on join or host.
Select the
Oh,
icon
probably
in the
because-
center,
Yeah.
And then select sandbox when you're in that like lobby.
So okay, so you do have to click on sandbox.
It's like
Maybe it's the difference between being a host and being a client. So there you go. But yeah, that was kind of interesting then.
Clicking on sandbox brought me back to the lobby.
All right, then click on sandbox again.
There we go.
And now click on your asset screen. Yes?
Okay, Paul is the Warmaster, Henry's a squad leader, I'm a squad leader.
Uh-huh.
We've got 1 squadron and 4 ships.
All right, open it all up.
4 ships named the Spiked Club of Ouch.
Yes. I have a Dreadnought, a Yak Blaster, and a Dreadnought and a Yak Blaster. Let me open up the squadron. The squadron's Alpha, of course. But it says there's 2 in there, so it's showing... actually, so I'm going to see. Who has the other squadron? See, you're actually seeing, like, live data for you, Matt. Meaning this is a real situation where, okay, we have 3 personnel. We should be able to see what each person owns. If you know what I mean.
Oh, I gotta figure. Okay, those that %I is really annoying me.
Okay.
I gotta figure out why it's not putting a 0 there.
Okay. But my own question is, okay, if I open up the ships aren't differentiated by the squadron that they're under. They're just all there.
Yeah, that was what I was working on, was resorting all of these.
Okay.
I think the sorting I was going to do was everything goes under who owns it.
Yep.
So personnel go under corporation.
Exactly.
Any resources that a person owns goes under them.
Right.
Messages go between a personnel bar and the resources. But I was still in the process of doing that when
my game has crashed.
Moved to multiplayer.
Then just rejoin.
I just tried to go to the nav screen after like jumping around on the Omniball, and I just bombed out.
Oh, nav
yeah,
screen's
don't-
got some major holes in it.
don't-
That's a minefield in there. Asset screen seems to be solid. I mean, the new one.
I saw all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously Matt and I are discussing some things about sword ordering, but that's cosmetic. But the fact that it's there, it's working in the multiplayer the way it should. You know what I mean? That's what this is supposed to be all about. It's supposed to be a multiplayer co-op PvP. So we're all on the same side. We can see each other's assets. I can transfer money over to you and vice versa. And I can move squadrons across and cities and so all this is right here. It's running. You saw it in the live stream. And sort of like, so yeah. That's kind of the whole point. The nav screen needs help, plain and simple. I mean, it isn't pretty in there right now. It's also not exactly solid. I'm not going there unless you really want to crash out. There we go. But yeah, but the asset screen, yes, it should be much nicer. That should be solid, and it seems to be. I'm very happy with that, actually. Thank you, Matt.
I've established like vector art program project files for the different screens, like for modernization. So I'm like working out in my head what I'm gonna, do with each one.
Okay, like I said, the controls need to be the same, but the layout can be 100% different.
Yeah, that's what I'm like sitting there like just kind of. I don't even have like drawings yet. I'm just like looking at it and just thinking of how can I render what thing and how can it be arranged. So. That's what's been on my mind.
No, I can appreciate that. And honestly, like I said, that's the point of the Screen Maker. You can actually make that into reality relatively quickly. Oh, yeah.
Who is person shotting at me?
I am, because you're here.
Okay.
Hello. Well, everybody just got reset.
I guess I died then.
No, someone killed the cap ship.
Ah.
Yep.
I
took it out.
I was trying to kill you. I will admit that completely. I was trying to make you into mincemeat, but it didn't work that way. The cap ship reset did its thing. I will say this though, it's still been pretty solid. We got like 11 versus 7 as far as points go. And the host hasn't crashed.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I crashed myself once during this game.
Yeah. This session or this entire thing
this
today?
this right now, this current like playthrough right now, just right now, I crashed myself a few minutes ago.
Okay, fair enough.
I was clicking on the Omni Ball and I went back to join game, and when I hit
Oh,
join game,
yeah, no, that's a known bug.
yeah,
I really have to
just
clean.
crashed me out, and I just came right back in. That's no
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, but that's the beauty of it. You didn't even have to say anything; it just happened, and poof, you were done.
Yep.
You know, and that's kind of the beauty of that. I'm very happy with that. That is a comfort of life thing has worked out very, very well. You know,
I have one weapon left.
all right. Well, I can.
Spoke too soon.
Yes, you did, because I had to take it out.
Never bring a sniper rifle to a pistol fight.
Something like that. You'll probably respawn before I get a chance to blow you up. Oh, no, I got you. There you go. I feel more satisfied about that. Although someone's shooting at me.
It might be Henry. I'm trying to catch up to him, but
Yes, it is Henry, actually. He's doing a good number on me, actually. I
I've
clipped him a
seen
little
you're
bit.
doing a good number on him too.
Not really. I like raised him a little bit. Ah, he's done a lot more damage on me than I have on him.
Yeah. There goes. Damn it, Henry.
Oh, someone got captured. All right, it is 5:20. So we've been doing at this for about 2 hours. What would people like to test or try or do?
There's no way to go to the surface. Is there like an attack a building?
You could hit Afterburn. You'd be there in about 20 minutes, and then yeah. Um, so yeah, not really.
There are also currently no buildings, and I don't believe any of us has a builder bot.
Yeah, the problem is one of the things I want to add into the system is that as you add new assets, whether it be ships or buildings, that everybody else sees it, that kind of thing, that kind of stuff needs to be added into. You know, once that's really there, then you have the full multiplayer experience. Whereas,
Bye, Henry.
you know, and somebody just killed me. And Henry
2
just
versus 1. Not fair.
yeah.
I can't target 2 people at the same time.
Illusion.
2-on-2 actually, since I'm back defending.
Yeah. Matt, you're holding down the transmit again.
The cat is once again.
No, I'm alt-tabbing between stuff because I just got a crash,
Okay.
Oh, really?
and I'm looking for where it came from because I have code here.
Okay, you need to like actually exit, or because it's actually freezing the server up, and then it freezes everybody else up. There you go. Thank you.
Sorry.
So where did it die?
A null OGO got tagged as new active somehow, or it was basically I clicked on the overarch and it
Oh, so you're in the asset screen then.
it registered. No, I was going back out of the asset screen back into the main game,
Oh, okay.
and along the way it went bye-bye.
Okay, fair enough. Well, at least you know there's a issue there. You know,
Adam
we can
killed me.
probably spend some time and try to recreate it to a certain point.
Saw the pip marks and said you were incoming, so I was ready for you.
I can still shoot. Okay.
But can you? I'm having a very hard time catching up with people. I really gotta put that in, like that intercept vector thing into the game. I mean, I already have the code. I mean, that's how the pulses work.
The other thing you need to fix is reticle doesn't get covered up by your spaceship.
Yeah, I know. That's annoying. Trust me, I get it.
Henry's gone.
Oh, he's gone, but he was speeding by the time he got popped.
Yeah, I know.
And so it's a complete pain in the butt to try to keep up. There he goes. He respawned. I was trying to finish him off, but yeah. All right. So, I can't guarantee I'll get the shipbuilder up and running by 2 weeks from now. I mean, it's running, but I mean, to have it sort of more integrated into the multiplayer. So what do people really want me to concentrate on? Try getting that running, with the risk that it might not be by then. I guess what would the other options? If somebody has a different idea for a scenario, I'm up for it.
I mean, we've got scenarios working. We've
Yep.
got basic multiplayer stable,
Yes.
which was huge. So now you can concentrate on playing the game. So if it's possible to bring in more actual gameplay, which the shipbuilder would be, I say we aim for that.
Okay. Worst comes to worst, I could probably easily bring in a city battle, because we have derelict spaceships right now. I mean, that's what the cap ships are. And so if you have a city, it's really not that much different. You know what I mean? It may not be usable to produce ships, but it would definitely be usable as target practice. Which means I would be interested to see what would happen with like a wall of turrets that we have to attack. You know, we have to assault a city that has like,
That's
you know,
pretty
10 or 12 turrets, and we got to kick them out one at a time or something, and see how many ships we go through before we actually get all of them, and then it resets, kind of thing.
Damn you, Henry. I hope I got you in return, so it's good.
Well, he's cranking. There he goes. Oh no, someone actually killed a cap ship.
Me, I think.
Yep.
Disabled one.
Yep, well, it counts. So yeah, so it'll either probably be city battle in 2 weeks, or getting the shipbuilder up and running. The city battle should be relatively quick for me to do, so I'll do that as a consolation prize. I'll have to work with Matt to see if that would work, but some of these things, like I said, we really need to get it running for GDC. That has to be our concentration of having something nice for March. I'm also very much open to suggestions of where to release this to the public, especially when the single player is really running, meaning itch.io, IndieDB. As much as I like Steam, they're going to have different expectations. So to me, that's a very big thing. So, other than Steam, what do people use? There's also GOG.
I use Steam. That's about it. Steam and torrent, but you don't want to hear the torrent one.
Well, that's a whole different thing. There's no copy protection on this quite yet. You know, that will happen eventually, but not now. And it'll be, I don't know. There's a large argument for DRM free.
There's also Epic too.
That's a whole different argument.
Yeah, I mean, supposedly they're a lot more indie friendly.
True, if they see a promise, they'll even give you money just to be exclusive.
Yep.
You know, so I've definitely heard that one.
Steam's better if you're basically like a big dog.
Yeah.
Because they would give you a better cut, but if you're in indie, they don't play as fair with you.
Yeah, I think for next round you should also get the ship takeover, because it does get boring after a while always using the same ship.
Well, that I can put in right now. I can literally tell it to put a bunch of derelict ships, and you just hit P to
Okay,
possess it.
I'm just watching you, Arthur, suddenly jumping all over the place.
Did someone possess me?
Yeah, it's
I
weird.
think it's my fault. I possessed Henry or someone.
Yeah,
Well,
alright. So if two players possess the same ship, all hell breaks loose. I don't have stuff preventing that.
That is so cool. Your ship is literally tracing like a gear tooth pattern with your ship trail.
Well, because the one thing is saying where it's supposed to be, then you get the update where the other one's supposed to be. So, for example, I can complete douchebag and actually possess my cap ship, and then
Crash.
what? It crashed when I did that?
Yeah, crash your desktop.
I just possess my own cap ship now. Now I see red and yellow and blue targets. That's interesting.
Yeah. So you definitely took over my ship.
I did.
Yes, or someone did,
Oh.
because my old ship, which was a beam thing, is flying around and I'm not piloting it because I'm in the cap ship shooting.
I target lock scrolled until I saw like a cap ship owned by me, and then I just hit P. So
Well, someone
Yeah, I just hit P.
someone took over my ship. Let's put it that way.
I took over then. So I must have took over. Or did it take over the nearest ship?
Well, it's taking whoever you have targeted is what it takes over.
Yeah, I had Henry targeted.
Well,
Interesting.
yeah. So there's Paul in his cap ship, and I'm in mine, and we're going at it. Da 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 da.
it's the ballet of the space sea urchins.
Yeah, something like that. Realistically, as a gameplay mechanic, maybe that's just it. If you're playing capture the flagship, one person decides to abandon their fighter and then take over the cap ship. Why not? You know what I mean? Why can't we do that? We just did it.
Yeah.
Right.
Having the cap ships actually like travel around
Yeah.
would actually be good too, under NPC control.
Oh, you mean AI control, you mean?
Yeah, just instead of being stationary, they're actually like moving targets.
Okay, well, I mean, again, I need to get the normal AI to go across correctly, not just the turret AI. And once I do that, you not only get fleets, but then you have exactly what you were asking for. So do people want me to work on that instead of the shipbuilder is the question. Alright, hold on. I have a call from my son's school. Hello? Well, that's interesting. They are dismissing my son's school early tomorrow. And,
Maybe snow.
so did I get you, Paul? Is that how that worked?
I'm not sure. I think I
frozen right now, so.
I had a breach, but then I was like hitting your shields where they were like weakest, so I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, it says that the Team A, 14, Team 12, so yeah. Because it knows your kill. So I got you.
Yeah, it's frozen on my screen right now, but
Now it's frozen on my screen. Who else is, because usually what happens is, if someone freezes, then until they exit, the server will start to freeze, and then once the server freezes, everybody else is connected will freeze. So Ernest, if you can, try to exit and see if it freezes. So now we're back.
Oh, I just exploded.
So now we're back.
Someone just ate me.
I just froze.
Yeah. So you should be able to come back in without a problem. But yeah. So, but as far as recovery goes, okay. So now now the host is frozen again. So, Adam, you were saying you were having problems? Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I was frozen. It wouldn't let me talk.
Okay. Well, now the server's back, so I don't know who else is also back.
Yeah, I crashed
I'm
the
gonna try
desktop
and
finally.
join the.
I never crashed or froze up at all, so.
Okay. Well, the good news is you can pop right back in, and you're back in.
Yeah. Right in front of a cap ship, I see.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're piloting the other cap ship?
I don't know. No, I just respawned and Paul killed me.
So, Paul, you actually in the cap ship again?
I'm in the cap ship. Yeah, I haven't
Okay.
stopped being since I possessed it.
Ah, well, that explains that.
Yes, I popped in and I saw green beams, and that was it. It was disco lights.
As there would be.
And I am back in the same ship I started with, so.
Okay. Now that's a good question, Paul. I'm curious.
Hmm? Yes.
If you exit,
If I quit,
if you quit out and you come back in, are you going to be back in the cap ship, or are you going to be back in your original fighter?
let's find out. I just quit.
All right.
Launching again.
Okay.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Multiplayer, join. I'm in the rail ship again, so now I'm in what I selected in the actual lobby now,
Okay.
which means I have to run.
Surprised
Yeah,
no
I was
one's.
sitting here waiting for Paul to read.
So there's my cap ship that I guess I abandoned and it's just getting torn
Pummeled.
apart.
Well, I mean, you can always repossess it.
Reactorless now.
All right.
Alright, possessing and then...
The possessing part definitely is kind of wonky because it said I killed myself.
Huh.
I took over Paul's ship. So.
Ah, okay.
the railgun?
Or the
No, I
cap ship.
just now took over Paul's ship.
Fair enough.
After he jumped out into the cap ship, I targeted his ship and took it. Yeah, so having the ability to have like a line of ships somewhere where you can fly to and like switch,
Yep.
that would be nice for.
No, I think it's a great thing. I could actually do that in the script very quickly, actually. All right, I'll do that. Definitely do this a thing for next time to make sure it's in there. But you see how easily you can possess things.
Yeah.
I mean, the game's meant for that. So that as you die, whoops, I hit the wrong button. I quit. I apologize. I killed the server because I moved my thing and it hit the escape key and then it quit and it's like, oh, whoops, sorry. Well, it's also like getting like 5:30 anyway. Do people want to kill it or what do people want to do?
Yeah, I'm done
Yeah,
for now.
it's
I gotta
fine.
get some things squared away. But
Okay.
We've
very
tested everything we
interesting
need to
run this
test.
time.
Yeah, we tested everything we needed to test. I think it was very successful. I think the idea of having other lined up ships so people can change what they're in it would be very, very helpful. I hope that we can actually do something where people can actually come in with their own designs rather than the set ones that we currently have.
I've been itching to design some ships, but even though it's not like my current focus.
Well, no, but that's the point. It's supposed to be. It's what the game's all about. It's one of the primary aspects, one of the cornerstones of it. So if I can get the shipbuilder to behave nicely in from the splash screen kind of thing, so you can just quickly go in there and build something and then come in with that. That's a big deal. That's a game changer. At that point, the game's really, it's almost there. I mean, it's just, I need it to be that way for the single player too. So I mean, upgrading the shipbuilder for both is still working towards the same goal, which is something I need. But yeah, no, it's coming along. I'll see what I can get ready for next time. Certainly, be able to switch out ships should be a thing. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. So we'll see. So what do people think of the reconnect function?
It's very nice.
It's good.
So much better than everyone stopping and relaunching again.
Yep. No, I completely agree with that one.
Pretty industry standard at this point.
It is, but it's not that easy to do. But it's working now. Jumping into a brand new game that you weren't in, I still want to do, but if I concentrate on the shipbuilder, I won't be able to get that done in time. And right now, where my headspace is, coming into a game that's already been launched, you get into a complication of well, what should they come in with? What all the rest, all that kind of thing. It has a level of complication that when you have a real continuing game becomes more interesting, because then it's sort of like, okay, I have a Warmaster, I have an Admiral, we've been playing, we're going to have our friend join us. Okay, that's great. Do they come in dispossessed? Do we assign him a ship, which is pretty easy to do? Or do they mysteriously come in with their own ship out of nowhere? You know what I mean? And will that be abused because people just come in as brand new players all the time and just constantly come in with brand new ships that they can use to add quickly to their arsenal?
I would think, given a game like a multiplayer game that started and someone wants to join, when they join, they would go into as a low rank on whatever side they want, or whatever Warmaster they join under, and then maybe branch off into another, building their own stuff,
I think that if they came in and they were joining a game that was already in progress, I mean, once we get like the serious, okay, we have a city and we're building on it, building on it, building on it, then what probably will happen is they'll come in, they'll hit that join screen, they'll say what rank they are, but then they'll have to select all available unpossessed ships. Meaning it won't be that you click through, it'll just have a click and it'll show all of them, and it'll say, I want this one. And it'll put them into that particular ship, not saying that, oh, the design I want. No, these ships already exist. You will now just appear in that one. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right now, that's not how it works because there's no factories in their little scenarios right now. So that's you just spawn in. Whereas with the other thing, you can't just, oh yeah, I spawned in a cap ship. That's nice. Haha. I didn't have to build this kind of thing. Wouldn't be appropriate. I think that, I think that like having all those ships there and even a city battle, I mean, it should be kind of interesting. So it should be a lot of new stuff will probably come out in the next month as far as the goodie bag goes. So, yeah, and then we'll see more and more once the asset screen's kind of really solidly there, which it mostly is. We'll get more into the co-op of the multiplayer rather than just running around in space blowing each other up. We'll actually maybe have a more continuous game, which will be nice. So we have a city, we're starting to build a city. Okay, someone hangs out locally, other people go scouting. Maybe they make up their own. Say, okay, guess what? Give me a builder bot. I'm gonna go over here and build my own city because I'm gonna wait for you guys. And then they make their own fleet and they go off and do whatever,
Yeah.
So why not? I mean, that's how close this is. It's really close. I mean, the shipbuilder works even now. It's just not as user friendly I would like it to be. So yeah. All right. Let me let everybody go, but I appreciate everybody doing the live stream with me. That was quite helpful, and we were able to test out the new stuff. And,
yeah, the new stuff was nice. I like the joint function. So.
Yeah, and then the scenario, the capture the flagship scenario, now actually works the way it's supposed to. That's basically where it's supposed to be now. Ideally, yes, as we add like 3 or 4 or 5 different factions, then yes, there should be that many different ones, but that's just altering the script. That's not really an inherent issue of the game itself. That's just, I did a fix on the fly, even earlier tonight. So, all right. Again, thank you very much for coming on, and I will see everybody in 2 weeks, and I'll have done as much as I can.
I know.
All right.
All right.
Thank you again, all. I appreciate the help. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.
User disconnected from your channel.
Later.
Later.
User disconnected.